God damn, I don't even have time to chew. They're so fast.
It's all right. It's all right. I'll do the intros. I'll do the first minute. Just move the camera around for me so it makes sense to the stream.
Okay, boss.
All right, over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have Sheik spawning as the blue undead player here. Game number 2 in what I believe to be a best-of-3 series. Human or Deathnote taking a 1-0 lead. Meanwhile, over here on the top right, we are looking at Deathnote spawning as the yellow human player here, opening up with the Altar of Kings farm. Barracks, pretty standard openings. We're not going to be going into any sort of tavern hero shenanigans or the invincible rifleman army with a paladin first. Now, opening in the first game, it was Archmage versus a Dreadlord, and Dreadlord did open up for a quick and easy expand, but Last Refuge, the expansion, not as easy to defend. So I am expecting to see a Death Knight going up against an Archmage here, or perhaps a Mountain King. What heroes will it be? Archmage versus Death Knight. All right, so tried and true classic heroes going back to Reign of Chaos 2002. What a crazy journey we've been in and on for WarCraft 3.
Do you follow the game and play since the start?
Yeah, since Reign of Chaos, I played. I retook a couple of classes in college because of Warcraft 3. And yeah, I remember camping out at my local Fry's in the summer, picking up my collector's edition of Warcraft 3. So played it from the start, played pretty actively until 2010, and then realized that I was never going to be as good as the pros, and I didn't get a computer science degree to try and become an esports professional.
And you did some StarCraft 2 as well, right?
Oh yeah, I did StarCraft 2. Did some StarCraft 2 casting. I think I cast Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm. Never cast any Legacy of the Void. But yeah, it was a pretty fun trip overall. Had a lot of views on YouTube, and then Twitch opened up, and well, all of the viewers went to Twitch instead.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like back in the day, if you had like a radio cast, you were happy. People watched games on WAC TV with like some sort of like, I don't know, sound file. You know, it was like, put the game on like 15 seconds and then count 3, 2, 1 or whatever. Like we were happy with that. Now, if I tune into a Twitch and it's 720p, I'm losing my mind. I'm like, where's that 1080p? Wee!
Yeah, no,
we're so spoiled, man.
Yeah, we are so spoiled. I remember WC replays, like listening to Bunny. Like she would be, you know, you'd download the replay. There'd be an audio file. You'd like sync it up at the two minute mark, right when the hero pops out, and you'd control the camera and you'd watch the replay as the commentator was going. So, and you'd be lucky if you got like one of those a week.
The expo being crept. Sheik missed the coil, actually. Oh my god, I didn't even realize. He's probably gonna get the Magi. Oh, he gets surrounded! He's going for the Magi. Oh my god, Deathnote almost got it. After the coil, he wasn't quite dead. The surround still holds, though. He's trying to break out. It's a prison break. Has to TP with low hit points.
But taking down a couple of peasants in the process, it looks as though the peasants are going to be going for a fast expand. Behind this already, Sheik is already 2/3 of the way for his tech to tier 2. And with that, the Death Knight is going to try and do a little bit of creeping, even though he is low on health, down to, 75 hit points. And without that Unholy Aura, that regeneration is just not going to be fast enough. Death Knight picking up another Rod of Necromancy. Needs to creep, but I don't know. Maybe he should have, or he definitely should have used that Scroll of Town Portal earlier. A lot of the times, or sometimes I get asked, when do you use that Scroll of Town Portal early on? And is it better to let your level 1 hero die? Or do you burn that Scroll of Town Portal since, a Scroll of Town Portal costs 350? And you also have to factor in the amount of time lost. Death Knight gets surrounded, 5 units around by the footmen as it was trying to make its way off to the north, and it goes down still after getting to level 2. That was perhaps the worst possible thing. Perhaps even better to have the Death Knight fall at level 1. The resurrection time difference is huge between level 1 and level 2.
He's gonna instant revive, which is, I mean, even though it's level 2, it's still somewhat expensive. That was a 6th round. I think it was normal to Town Portal, but Sheik was supposed to get level 2 after that from the camp at the bottom, but he kept sending skeletons to be aggressive, so he had nothing to tank. So he was losing even more hit points on the DK. Once you have Unholy Aura, you got that hit point regen is so much better already, like to replenish hit points. He also could have bought Dagger, like to try and heal a little bit, but he didn't. So that was a little bit sloppy. He got surrounded. No, Archmage is 3. And Deathnote definitely in this game. I think Deathnote is very good against DK play, by the way.
Yeah. I think Deathnote's going to be able to control this for quite some time. He does have a large number of footmen. Are we going to see a Lich, or is he going to try to do something cute and go for Panda? No, he's going to go ahead and train the Lich. He's thinking long-term, but I don't know. At this point, Panda with Breath of Fire, if he is trying to invest in time and shutting down the expansion, as opposed to just doing creeping of his own, I don't know. I don't know if he's using his time that wisely here. Just the Death Knight and 2 Crypt Fiends in the middle of the map.
I think he was trying to keep him busy. As skeletons in the main base killed 1 peasant. And they're about to kill 1 more.
Oh, all right, so trying to distract everywhere on the map. Couple of easy kills off to the side. Crypt Fiend still being chased all the way back home. Archmage, however, going to be sitting on an economic advantage. He's running on 2 bases. It doesn't look like they're going to fall anytime soon. And the Lich is now out. So perhaps this is exactly what Sheik was hoping for. Frost Nova could slow down some of those footmen. No Frost Nova onto the footmen to try and pick off those units, even with the Unholy Aura movement speed. Deathnote doing a decent job trying to make sure that none of the footmen are standing too close together, as we're going to be looking at an engagement there. Oh, there's the Frost Nova finally going down. We could end up seeing a deny.
Deny?
Yep, there's the deny.
It. Very well done.
Yep.
By Deathnote, he's getting some towers in the main, some tower in the expo, shop, blacksmith. He's he's getting everything he needs to get. Maybe not a deny. Nope, not quite. The Lich gets that. And yeah, the tier 3 was reached very quickly for Sheik. So his best move is to pick up the orb. Probably creep the merchants. He doesn't need to be attacking him immediately here. He's been obsessed with the skeletons. Again, there are skeletons in the main base trying to kill peasants. I think he's just trying to destroy the lumber economy of Deathnote, but it's actually pretty good. He built up a big peasant count on both the main and the expo.
You know what? Wow, is it? He actually has more workers than army. 26 harvesters for Deathnote total, and only 21 army size. So at some point, wow. What does he do with all of those extra peasants? I think 26 is closer to if you're running off of 3 bases.
It's just about having enough wood. When you expo, you need to have between 13 and 15 lumber peasants, no less. And it's better to have too many than too few. We saw it on Terranas, like his number of problems really messed him up.
The question behind this, though, is when is Deathnote going to break low upkeep, right? His army size sitting at 24, he's not going to be able to deal with Sheik, as he's going to be going into tier 3 and having that tech advantage, especially as he goes into destroyers. He already has the obsidian statues out. If he transforms those, gives them mana, he can easily dive in. The towers at the natural or at the expansion are close together, so they will be taking splash damage. And how quickly can we see Deathnote get in some flying machines right behind this as well, to make sure that the destroyers don't have too much time to just play around at the expansions and taking down those towers.
A player's forces are under attack.
Mountain King now back out onto the field as well. Archmage purposely backing away, wanting to get the Mountain King all of that experience. Mountain King running in, should be able to get to level 2 off of the remainder of this creep camp.
Yeah, that's big. He should get boots, invuln. And yeah, in the meantime, having Sanctum, Workshop. Usually you want to get a second Workshop, so he might add that in a bit. He definitely has the economy for it. And he's already getting flak cannons, knowing that you have to be worried about destroyers. He did get involved, but not boots. That's for sure a mistake. But yeah, as soon as Castle finishes, he's gonna start a Pala. And this is the big power spike for Sheik. Yeah, this is a strong timing. He's got, with that Book of the Dead and Greater Healing, he's got big pushing potential. And Deathnote needs to delay the fight for as long as possible.
All right, so we're looking at Death Knight, Lich, Dark Ranger, Crypt Fiends, the 2 Obsidian statues in the back. They do have Destroyer form, so at any point they could be taking to the skies. Death Knight holding off on that Book of the Dead, not popping it. There isn't an Arcane Tower in the base either, and he's trying to bait him over, getting in a Deathcoil Frost Nova Spellbreakers, also trying to slip on through, trying to regroup with the rest of the army, but they're just gonna take almost 400 points of damage walking on by, and you can't allow that to happen. It looks like the Altar of Kings is going to get taken down, and that is going to delay the Paladin, as the Altar of Kings being sped, built, and rebuilt over here at the expansion.
Sheik's probably thinking about it. He opened the gates, he's like, do I go in? The problem is that if you go in, all the militia is going to be called, the tower is going to be shooting, and you could be in trouble. Deathnote should be faking the attack here. He should not actually be fighting. I don't know why he's engaging. This is a big mistake. He doesn't have Paladin. He doesn't have any Knights. This is weird. I don't know why he's going to staff. Where's the Invuln? Pops the Invuln first. Archmage running in. What is he doing? He's in the center of everything. Might have to Town Portal.
Yeah, Archmage may end up getting... Archmage in trouble. Peasants trying to back away here. Death Knight actually in a little bit of trouble. Scroll of Town Portal trying to back up. Death Knight still has a Potion of Greater Healing. Not going to be in that much trouble at all, as the Scroll of Town Portal went back to the natural expansion, and it's going to be a little bit of a walk to head on over. The Paladin still about, 40%. Not going to be able to join them just quite yet. And still, Sheik is going to be able to put in a bit of pressure here. Dark Ranger trying to get some additional skeletal minions on that side of the map. And there's a lot of precious time for Sheik to just get hit points and mana back onto that Death Knight and that Dark Ranger, as he's trying to figure out how he can bait Sheik to not continue to put pressure inside the main base.
Oh my god. The Breaker gets staff dice instantly. He didn't staff the Mountain King before TPing with the Archmage. But I think even if he did, he probably would have staffed in range of where it could be attacked. Tries to go for a surround on the Fiend here. +1 attack already there for Sheik, who's got the first tab bomb with Disease Cloud. That's gonna hit everything here. Deathnote tries to disengage, yet he went for the Paladin, so he had to queue the Mountain King behind that. He needs to buy time somehow, but Sheik is not allowing any time for him. He's just getting on top of those peasants and saying, you gotta fight right now, even though you're not ready.
Yeah. I'm really impressed by Sheik's push here. This timing push. The Death Knight's still only at level 3, but one Dark Ranger with black arrows is constantly putting up additional skeletal minions inside the main base, forcing this fight here. And then Abominations and Crypt Fiends are still joining in. Footmen have Defend. They're trying to charge in, but with the Disease Cloud, they're not going to be long for this world, as the Paladin needs to get staffed back out as it dove in a bit too far. It looks like Deathnote is going to retreat back with that Death Knight, or the Archmage. Archmage falls from the Death Knight, from a Death Coil, and we may see a GG soon here, as there's a last-ditch effort to try and call Militia over.
Yeah, Deathnote still has some Knights queued inside of that barracks. He's playing StarCraft right now. He's fighting with just units, no heroes, as the Paladin is almost out of the Staff of Sanctuary here, but Sheik, it doesn't feel like he's losing enough here for Deathnote to have a chance. Mountain King almost gets surrounded. He's about to break out. Holy Light is going to come in a second, but might not help enough, as there is so many undead units attacking you, and the Orb of that Lich as well. And he's still missing the boots.
Yep. Mountain King ends up getting taken down there. Disease Cloud, a whole bunch of peasants and footmen low on hit points, and it looks like the main base may actually fall. Dark Ranger gonna move on over once again, using those black arrows, try to get some extra minions on the other side of the map. Obsidian statue, only 1 up, but it's enough to provide a bit of mana and hit points. Is he casting both with manual? No, he's not, only doing Essence of Mana, as the Death Knight will try and get some Death Coils off and keep that Abomination alive in perhaps a bit. Overall supply, 55 to 51, and I don't see a major hero level advantage for Sheik yet. Deathnote's holding, but it feels like he's going to be reaching a breaking point at some time soon.
Yeah, he misread a bunch of units. He has like a Breaker in the bottom left doing nothing. He has Flying Machines at the Expo, just chilling on their own. There is not even any more Destroyer. So those Flying Machines, they do nothing. He needs like more of a ground army. But yeah, I think he's just gonna wait for the Archmage to be back, then he has to remake the Mountain King after that. Knight gets intercepted and he's gonna fall. This is really bad. This is one of your few units that you really needed here to have a chance.
Yep.
Yeah, and he might fight in a second. I think he's just... If he loses the castle, it's so bad anyway.
Yeah. All right, Knight's trying to retreat back. Death Knight continuing that pressure. Death Knight getting up to level, or should be able to get up to level 4. Level 2 Unholy Aura would make chasing a bit easier. Peasants are now trying to repair that castle, but that also puts them in range of the Dark Ranger. And to try and get in more skeletal minions again, that's always that danger here. As the Obsidian statue is providing a little bit of cover. We are looking at Knights joining back in. Are we going to see a Frost Nova? No Frost Nova. Lich didn't have enough just quite yet. As the Paladin is trying to make Sheik break formation to try and save the castle. Dark Ranger getting up to level 3, level 2 Black Arrows, and I think it's the lack of the Arcane Tower in the main base, which is making this Dark Ranger harassment just that much stronger. Staff of Preservation, or Staff of Sanctuary, teleports the Knight back over, but that's going to be an easy kill again as the Death Knight gets to level 4.
Oh no, the Pala is silenced, and he's gonna go down without a chance to use Divine Shield, and Deathnote has had enough. Sheik will move on to the next round.
All right.
Alright, Crota.